Picture we found, it's a AP picture. It's an Associated Press picture of miners in Soma bringing a person out with an oxygen mask on. So this is somebody that most likely has been exposed to, someone that's been exposed to carbon monoxide. Because when someone's exposed to carbon monoxide, you give them oxygen. The most telling thing though is this right here on their belt. That is a filtered self-rescuer. A filtered self-rescuer just removes something from the air. In this case, this would remove carbon monoxide. This, because of the little bars on the side, this is actually a Chinese version of this product here. This product is a, it's called a W65. It's made by a company called MSA out of Pennsylvania, United States. And what it does is it filters the air. The air comes in here, goes through some filters, and then back into your mouth. It doesn't add any oxygen or any air to it. When you're wearing it, it looks like this. There's a strap goes around your head, you got the pinchers on your nose, and you have this thing that goes in your mouth, and the air comes in, it's filtered, and it goes in. Depending on the amount of carbon monoxide in the air, this could last as long as 60 minutes, although with any type of serious carbon monoxide enough to kill people in the time that we're talking about here, you're probably looking less than 30 minutes that it would remove enough carbon monoxide. That's not a, it's not like what we use in the United States. Now these are used in the United States, but not in coal mines. In coal mines we use the device that we tried on in a previous shooting, where you actually put the device on. It creates oxygen and gives you oxygen, and you never breathe in the outside air, so you're totally separated from the outside air. 15 to 60 minutes, depending on how much carbon monoxide is in the air. Because what
you've got to have at least 20% oxygen to use.
Right, you've got to have oxygen. If you don't have oxygen,
low oxygen levels, it won't help either.
And you, hand me that one. It's right there, the one we used yesterday. I brought it in. Right.
I'm looking for my notes.
Your notes from yesterday? Okay. Yeah, this device here actually creates oxygen, and so you're actually breathing in oxygen. Because you're breathing in oxygen, you're totally separated from the air, and it doesn't make any difference how much carbon monoxide you have or how much smoke you have. So you can last on this. Well, it's used in mines that don't mine coal. So if you're mining minerals or rocks or gold or ore like that, where you don't have the ability for the mine itself to catch on fire, then the carbon monoxide would come from a piece of equipment that started on fire. And so in that case, 15 to 60 minutes is probably fine. So that's the place they're used at. They're also used in refineries and other places where all they're worried about is filtering out carbon monoxide. They're just not used in coal mines. This device here is this device. So you're breathing in at the top up here. Whoops. You're breathing in at the top up here, and the air, oxygen is actually created inside into this bag, so you're totally isolated. You're not connected to the air in the mine. So you're totally safe for as long as this works. And this will work for 60 plus minutes. And as we saw yesterday when we were going through the mine, we have a cache, a pile of these every 30-minute walk as you have to walk out of the mine. So if you have one of these on and you're walking out of the mine, you're going to get to another one within 30 minutes. You can pick that one up. If yours is running low, you can put the new one on, or you can take the new one with you in case you don't get to the next one. But you've always got enough oxygen to get out.
And the cost of
these things, the W65s, actually they sell them on Sears on the website. I mean, they're less than $100. The cost of this is about $600 to $700. So I mean, but yesterday you took a picture in the coal mine of a pile of 240 rescuers. That's about the same number of people that died at Soma. those rescuers would have probably saved those people. This device here is this device, and it's good for only 2% carbon monoxide. That's not much. It's relatively low. It's about what you would have if you're standing on a street corner on a busy street and the traffic is going by. It'll be the carbon monoxide from the cars. It's about like that level. We don't allow carbon monoxide in our mines anywhere near that level. Well, what that means is at 2%, it will last 60 minutes. The more you have, the less time it runs. So if you were in a mine and you had 5%, then you could expect this thing to last much less than the 60 minutes. It would last closer to the 30 or less minutes. And if indeed they had as much carbon monoxide as they said they did, then it's highly unlikely that these things would have lasted that long. What the other thing we did this morning was we went through some of the published pictures and tried to see what we would see if we were there. This is one of the gentlemen that they were bringing out to people in Soma, and we can actually on their belts.
That's basically a rag in front of your face. No.
Okay. Well, we'll do a whole thing.
That's just basic safety equipment that, well, we provide a different type self-rescuer that will work in 0 oxygen. You know, what you have here is something just a little above putting a rag over your face to filter smoke. That's what they're using. What we use, we can go into 0 oxygen. So it will provide protection that is so far ahead for just a little more money. Fire, they could have evacuated the coal mine because there was no explosion, correct? Just smoke. Yeah. If there was no explosion and just smoke only, if they had used what the United States uses, they could have evacuated.
The statement was that accidents just happen, and that's a true statement. Accidents happen. What doesn't just happen is disasters. What you just had was a disaster. Disasters are caused from people making bad decisions. Accidents happen, disasters are bad decisions. Not having proper safety equipment for the miners to allow the miners to escape was not an accident. That was a bad decision.
Accidents usually affect 1 to 5 people. A disaster is 5 or more. In this country, that's how we rate it. A mine disaster is when there's more than 5 men affected.
So I mean, the statements that I would like to make sure that everyone understands is that yes, indeed, you can make the statement that accidents happen, and they happen in all industries, but they don't always go to disasters, and disasters are preventable. Accidents you work to reduce, disasters you can prevent.
Well, one thing I noticed, they're all wearing short sleeves.
Yeah.